Hello and welcome to the Media Club podcast. Last episode, we talked about the public education system. Today, we'll be discussing our thoughts on living authentically.
Before we begin with today's topic, we're going to introduce our speakers by mentioning our name, grade, school, and answering the question, would you rather be able to speak every language or play every instrument? I'll start. My name is Kaylin Kim. I'm a senior at Sunny Hills High School, and I'd rather speak every language because it would be really useful.
Hi, my name is Yuna, and I'm a senior at Yorba Linda High School, and I would rather speak every language.
Hi, my name is Justin Park, and I currently attend Woodbridge High School. And I would also rather speak many language because it would come in handy.
Okay, to start the podcast off, what does it mean to you to be authentic? For me, I feel like it's just like being your true self and like being genuine and raw and like what makes you happy, like you do it and like you don't get swayed by others' judgment.
Yeah, I think being like down to earth and kind of showing the qualities that you want to portray to others.
Yeah, same. I think to be authentic is to not be insecure and show your true self. I agree, yeah.
Okay, so the next question is, why does authenticity matter? And I think to me it matters because I want to make sure that I'm showing like my true personality to others. And I don't know, just sticking to your own personality is probably the best instead of trying to copy others or please others.
Yeah, and I feel like in like the age of social media, it's like so easy to kind of hide and like create a different persona of yourself. And so like having that rawness and like sincerity is just it's very rare and hard to find sometimes.
Yeah, same. I think authenticity matters because you're not hiding behind anything, but like expressing your true self. Yeah.
And do you guys compare yourself to others? Because I do, and it's like it's sometimes for like because they're like so much better than me, and so I'm like, oh my gosh, maybe I should be better. But sometimes it's like maybe they're not better than me, and so it goes both ways. But I do compare myself, and I do it without like thinking.
Yeah, I think me too. I think like whether it be like academically or just like personally, I think I find myself like comparing myself to others sometimes.
Yeah, although like no one is really like trying to push that idea, I think like unconsciously in our mind like we are thinking of how like someone else is better than you and all, yeah.
Do you pretend to have a picture perfect life, for example, on social media? I don't think I have that objective in mind, but obviously, like, I only show like the good parts of my life on social media, like everyone else. So I think, in a way, yes.
I'm very picky about how I portray myself in social media, and like I think about posting something for like a week because I'm like so scared that not everyone will like it, and like it's not going to be like aesthetic or not. And I like really like to decorate my profile and everything, and so I feel like I do like how to create like some kind of aesthetic or picture perfect life.
Yeah, like for example, me on Instagram, I try to post like the best parts of my life, and I think that it's like relatable with you guys as well since like I also like try to portray others, like portray myself as this person who lives a happy life. So I think I agree. Yeah.
Okay, and do you guys agree with the statement that everyone loves their lives?
I think yes, to a certain extent. Like we kind of discussed, I feel like everyone only puts out like their best selves on social media. So I think we're not really lying, but we kind of just like leave out the bad parts.
Yeah, um I think everyone does lie about their life, or like at least like the most of us. And I like for me, like as an example, like I do that, so like I think others might. I'm not sure though.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, wait. I agree. I never heard of this statement before until like right now, but like I can see it being true to like a certain extent, but I also feel like a lie can only go so far. You know, like you can't lie through everything. There has to be some sort of truth out there.
Yeah, I think so too. I think like it's hard to get away with a lie in the long run. But yeah, I will say like a lot of people leave the bad things out. Like for example, in college interviews, you're not going to mention like the bad qualities, only the good ones. So, yeah. So, when do you guys feel at your most authentic self and who are you with?
Definitely my family. I'm so weird when I'm with my family, and that's just because like I'm very comfortable with them and like we kind of have this permanent relationship where like they can't leave me and like I can't leave them kind of thing. And like that kind of mutual relationship kind of makes me more comfortable and like safe.
I feel like my most authentic self when I talk about something that I'm like very aware of or like I know a lot of. Since if I
Yeah, I think also my family because they see like every side of me, like the weird side and like the normal side, angry, happy, all of that. So,
Yeah, and I feel like our families kind of shape ourselves, you know, because we spend so much time with them and like yeah. Anyways, moving on. How can we live more authentically with our?
I think like similarly, yeah, I think you need to like kind of put yourself out there sometimes and not worry about like what other people would think because if you guys have heard about like the spotlight effect, everyone's kind of worrying about themselves. So you shouldn't really be worrying about their opinions. And I think that's kind of like the best way to be authentic and show like your true personality.
Yeah, I agree. I think instead of like blending in with the crowd, I think showing your true personality, as you said, is first step to being authentic.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so do you guys feel like you change your behavior depending on the people you're with and why or why not?
I think I do change my behavior depending on who I'm with. And an example would be like how like am with my family and with my friends. Like if you would compare them, I would feel more like I would feel more free to like express more things to my family, but to my friends, not really, since I'm afraid like they would judge me or something.
Yeah, I agree. I have like a filter at school that like really tones everything down because it's not because like I'm not comfortable with my friends, but it's more like they might leave me, you know? Because as I said, like that permanent bonding is not with friends.
Yeah, I agree. I think like my personality probably like stays the same, like the main parts, but then I do think I change my behavior slightly. Like for example, if I'm talking to my teachers, I'll be more like professional, I guess, and like not really show that much of my personality. But then when I'm with my friends, it's a little different.
And yeah, I feel like even if they're friends, they can also still judge you because I know like I judge my friends, but like I don't say anything, but like it's just a little thing in the back of my head, like, oh, they do this. That's pretty weird. But like it doesn't make me hate them, but like I'm still like judging them. But anyways, which types of people are you guys like? Do you guys change your behavior around?
Yeah, I think like definitely I'm more transparent with like my family and also like closer friends. Like for example, like my childhood best friend, I'm definitely more like transparent with her. But yeah, I think like Yuna said, I kind of do have like a filter at school.
I feel like family, like my close family, I act differently. Like my extended family, like my grandparents and cousins, it's just so awkward because you know you don't hang out with them every day, and so like I feel like they're kind of like on a friend level, not like a family level.
Oh yeah, I feel that, especially like after you haven't seen them for a while, like I don't really know how to act. But yeah. Okay, so moving on. Why do we find it difficult to be true to ourselves when we're out around others?
I feel like deep down everyone's insecure about like some parts, and like they're scared of judgment, and like everyone judges, and so like that fear kind of grows.
For me, it would probably be like the fear of maybe like not meeting their expectations of what they expect of me.
Oh yeah. Also for me, like I feel like I want to like put out only like the good parts of my personality, and I'm worried that they'll like judge me because I know that I secretly judge people. Not like consciously, but yeah, it's just like a small thought that comes into my head. And I feel like first impressions are really important to me, so I really make an effort to make like a good first impression.
Yeah, I agree. I think that first impressions are important, but like also they don't really define someone because maybe that day was just like a bad day for them and like they just happened to be kind of off that day and it doesn't reflect themselves. But anyways, in the grand scheme of things, would showing authenticity change how you are portrayed?
I don't know if it can like change how you're portrayed by others. I feel like it would depend on how much you interact with them and what degree of your personality you're showing. Like if you're more like down to earth with them, I think that they'll kind of like understand that if you've been like that for a long time. But if you kind of like start opening up to them, maybe it can change how they portray you.
Yeah, and sometimes it's like kind of obvious when someone's being fake. And like when someone's being fake to me, I kind of like be fake to them, because I don't know. Maybe they don't trust me, so like they're hiding something, you know. Anyways, are you able to show your authentic self at school? As I said, like I have kind of a filter, but like it's not like whole filter, like there's some parts of realness in there, but like overall.
Me too. I think that I kind of like have a filter at school, for example, like between my teachers and then like between my friends. It's definitely different. Also, just like at school in general, I feel like I do show most of my personality, but I definitely like have a filter too. Okay, moving on. Do you guys think it's inauthentic to act differently depending on the situation?
It wouldn't be inauthentic to just show like a different part of you to another person because there might be a reason, like a really good reason to back that up. But like, I don't think just because you show a different person a different personality, it wouldn't, I like, you wouldn't be like inauthentic, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like it's just human nature to kind of react and portray yourself differently in front of different people.
Yeah, I kind of feel like you have to act differently depending on different situations. Like, for example, a professional context versus like a more casual context. And also, I just feel like I kind of act differently between like my closer friends and then like just classmates. But I don't think it's necessarily being fake.
Do you guys think there's like a situation where it is okay to be not authentic?
Like if someone's, for example, going through like hard times, of course, like you wouldn't show like them like your normal side to them. Like for example, if you're like really funny around them and that they're going through hard times, would still like show empathy towards them.
Yeah, and I feel like sometimes your personalities can clash and they might not have the same humor or taste as you, so they could take it the wrong way.
Yeah, and I think like it's just kind of natural to act differently, like based on different contexts. So, yeah, the last question is, have you or someone you know ever been authentic or inauthentic?
I think I did have a friend that was like it was you could really tell that he had like different like personalities and like different faces for each and every like person. And yeah, that would be considered I guess like inauthentic. Just show you like your fake side.
So at my school, there is this lady. She does the finance things, and it's like she handles the money and like everything, and she's like the only clerk there. And she's mean to a lot of people. But for ASB students specifically, she's like an angel and she's so nice to them. And I feel like that's so unfair. But I feel like I don't know which one is the real her, but like I know that they're completely different.
Speaking of teachers, I feel like, especially when like someone from the district is there, they suddenly become a lot nicer and seem really competent when sometimes they're just not the best teacher.
Oh yeah, in third grade, like how we used to do teacher parent conferences. My teacher, I swear, she has a twin because like she's always so mean to me. But like when my parents came, she was like, "Oh my gosh, Sheena's such a great student," blah blah blah. But like it was like a whole 180, and I feel like that's her fake self because there's no way.
Oh, same. Fourth grade though.
Anyways, thank you for listening to the podcast.